Hi. Just gonna get saturated. Hey guys! Hey! How's it going? What's going on? Hi! Hey everyone, it's me, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're sticking around to see all of my nonsense. Hold for plane! Whatever. Today, as is evident in the title of this video, I am going to be showing you all of the books on my bookshelf that I have not read yet. This is crooked. Oh my god, that's awful. Yeah. So these are all of the books on my bookshelf that I have not read yet. My physical TBR, as the kids call it today. All in all, I think that this actually isn't that many books compared to what I've seen other booktubers have. I think this is something like 40 plus, and a lot of people have like 200 plus. I think I'm doing pretty well, honestly. I want to talk a minute about why I love having physical books. My bookshelf makes me happy. When I look at my bookshelf and I see books that I love, it just makes me happy. Also, having books makes my YouTube channel more interesting because it's nice to have all these books in the background of my videos. They also smell really nice. And the fourth reason I love having physical books is because I'm an American consumer and I'm addicted to collecting things. So as I was just saying, so many booktubers have like crazy physical TBR lists. Like I've watched a few of these videos because I do my research, you know, before I make my videos and see what everyone else is doing and, you know, just keep up with the trends and stuff. There were a lot of booktubers who I love, by the way, who basically had like all these books. Most of them were like, I'm probably never gonna read like most of these or like half of these or whatever, like a good portion of books. I understand the impulse to just go book shopping and buy books, but I do think we need a little bit of a correction on that trend, and I'm gonna tell you why. And then I'll tell you what all these books are. I mean, it takes up space on your bookshelf for books that you actually want to read and are going to read. I look at it as like clean space, clean mind. So if you have all of this stuff in the way that like you're not gonna read, it's hard to see like the books that you actually want to read. It's like a little confusing. It's a little cluttered. Another reason why it's bad is because it's a complete waste of money. I mean, books are expensive. Like books can range anywhere between like $10 and $30. So if you have like 100 books that you're never gonna read, that's like at least $1,000 that you've just wasted. Do you understand how bad that is for your wallet? The third reason, which I'm just gonna talk a little bit more about, is that it is environmentally awful, heinous, harrowing. I am not even super proud of my own physical TBR right now. Like I think that this is too big. I am part of the problem. I'm the problem. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, hello, how you doing? So I just want to share some stats about books and the environment. Globally, the production process of books itself, hold for plane. So the production process itself emits more than 400 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. And when it comes to pulp and paper, book publishing is the third largest industrial greenhouse gas emitter. The third largest. Do you understand? Do you understand how awful that is? If the publishing industry committed to using around 30% of waste that could be repurposed and sold to consumers, 4.9 million trees could be saved. Each year, consumers waste more than 16,000 truckloads of books, which have not been read once. 16,000 truckloads, 16,000 a year. That's insane. That is insane. Around 10 million trees are killed for the production of books that eventually end up getting destroyed rather than read. A consumer could purchase around 22.5 paper books before it would be more environmentally friendly to use a Kindle. So that's like double what I have here that I haven't read yet. So obviously with these stats in mind, like I do believe everything in moderation. Like I said in the beginning of the video, books bring me joy. Like physical books bring me joy. I love having books on my bookshelf, but I do think this, which I've done, this idea of just like going mindlessly into a bookstore to go book shopping, I think that's really how we just load up on books that we're never gonna read. And so I really am committed to like, if there's a specific author that I really love or a series or something that I'm like really, really excited about and really, really connect to, I will go to the bookstore with a very specific book or series in mind to get, and not just kind of mindlessly pick up stuff. I do think that that's how the TBR piles up. 22.5 books until your Kindle is more environmentally friendly than reading books. We all definitely have more than that, but I do think it's about moderation. Like, if you're going to read every book that you buy, keep it on your bookshelf. It will bring you joy, and then if it doesn't bring you joy anymore, you sell it or donate it somewhere, or even just find a way to recycle it. I think that that would make a huge change in this major, major contributor to greenhouse gases. Another option for books that maybe you aren't as passionate about, like you want to read once, see what it's about, you don't need the physical copy of, what you can do is there's this amazing app called Libby that you can get on your iPhone, or I'm sure you can get it on like an Android or something. I have like a virtual library card to an actual library like a few blocks away from me. I basically just put a bunch of books on hold. There are wait times for them. You could put up to 20 books on hold at once. If you know you want to read a series in a few months, or like you have like a big TBR list, just put 20 books on hold at the library and just, you know, wait until they're available. Just to give you an idea. This is close. Hello. I just want to show you on my phone here. See, I have 20 holds. A lot of them are Sarah J. Maas, fantasy, the Shatter Me series, the Cruel Prince trilogy, Crescent City, and Hello Beautiful, which my mom really, really wants me to read. Hi, sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder. And it's super easy. And it says like, you know, it's gonna take about 10 weeks for this book or whatever. You are 15th in line. You started at 17th. There are 3 copies in use. 24. So like you get all of like the stats to know kind of exactly like how long it's gonna take. And then you can literally just download it on your Kindle. It's so easy. And I think you get 2 weeks to read it, and I think you can also renew it once. So it's just a great alternative to buying physical books. And again, everything in moderation. Like, I think it's nice to have a combination of both. Like, there are just so many books I'm even seeing now that I'm like, I do not need the physical copy of a lot of these. Like, I don't feel that passionately about most of these books. So yeah, going forward, that's something that I pledge to do. But seriously, I do. I believe that's the end of my rant. So now, without further ado, I'm going to go through these books, and then I'm going to try to put them back on my bookshelf. Here we have the nonfiction / memoir section. So first one is Joan Didion. Let me tell you what I mean. This I got when I went book shopping for my birthday a year and a half ago, and I really, really want to read it. It's been on my list for a while. It just hasn't called to me yet. I don't know. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. Kind of same thing, just kind of waiting for the right moment. Right now, this nail, one of my nails came off. It looks so bad. I'm really going through like a fantasy phase right now, but once I'm called to read some more nonfiction, I'm excited for this one. Trick Mirror by Gia Tolentino. This is one of the first like book of the month add-ons that I got when I first signed up for book of the month a long time ago, and I really, really want to read it. I hear amazing things about this book. I just have not gotten around to it yet. Getting into biographies, we have Tina Fey, Bossy Pants. I read a few pages of this. I didn't finish it. I really loved it. I love Tina Fey. I think she's great. Gloria Steinem, My Life on the Road. I think my mom got this for me for like Christmas one year, like a very long time ago, and I do intend on reading it one day. It's just one of those things that like I didn't personally pick this out. So there are a lot of books that I personally picked out that like I want to read first, but I do really want to read this. This is a Jackie Kennedy biography. I read about half of it and then I didn't finish it, and I do want to finish it. So I just think she's a very interesting figure. Next we have Yes Please, which is the Amy Poehler biography, which I've not started. It seems like very fast, and I think my mom might have gotten me this and Tina Fey's for Christmas one year, like a long time ago, and I still want to read it. So, and next we have Garcelle Bouvet's biography or memoir, which I really want to read. I bought this when I watched the reunion where Elisa Rinna threw it in the garbage, and I just felt so bad for her, and I wanted to support her, and I'm excited to read it. It seems like a very, very quick read, and you know, she's like the first Black woman to be on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'm just really interested in her story, and she just seems awesome. Next we have Becoming by Michelle Obama. Obviously, I want to read this. It's Michelle Obama, and it's probably inspiring. And then here we have Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman, which is actually Jean-Luc's, but I really want to read it too because I think Alan Rickman was just a brilliant, sweet person. I actually kind of like pseudo met him once. I was seeing a play at New York Theater Workshop with my school back in like 2015. It was about a year before he passed away, whenever it was, and he was like in the audience. After the show, like, everyone I went with was just so obnoxious. They're like, Snape, Snape, and I was like, I'm gonna give this man some space. And like, I just looked over at him and I just like nodded, like a nod of respect, and he nodded right back at me, and I will never forget that. Snape is like one of my all-time favorite characters. There's this clip of him that's resurfaced just talking about like how doing a monologue and an audition is not a good measure of whether you're a good actor or not, because acting is about listening, and like, you don't have to listen when you're doing a monologue. So I always thought that. I hate doing monologues for auditions. I think it's so stupid. I think he's just great, and I want to read this. Wow, I just got lightheaded. I'm talking so much. Next, it seems that we have some slight romance light fiction. This is called Sailing Lessons. I got it, like, it was like $1 at this library sale in the town my mom lives. I pretty much just got it because it was $1, so we'll see if I ever end up reading it. Same thing with this Boardwalk Summer book. Might be a fun like summer read one day. Then we have, this is called The Honeys. I think it's just The Honeys, not the honeys. My friend Emerson gave this to me. They are the ones that also gave me A Court of Thorns and Roses and recommended like I get into fantasy, so I very much trust their taste, so we'll give this a read eventually. Next is Love on the Brain. Not super excited to read this. I hear it's a lot like The Love Hypothesis, which was like an okay read for me. If I need kind of like a palate cleanser, I remember Love Hypothesis was like a quick, fun read, so we'll give that a try. Next is The Swans of Fifth Avenue. I think I also got this at that library sale. I think this is gonna be like a really fun October book. Next is Beartown. My mom actually bought this for Jean-Luc. I think it's like on Netflix or like something, I don't know, but I will eventually read this. I hear really good things about it. Next is Jodi Picoult, Wish You Were Here. This is one of those books that I bought on my birthday. I just like went to the bookstore. I didn't have any goals in mind. I just bought a bunch of books. So this is one of the books that I bought, and I really, honestly, right now have no desire to read it. So we'll see. Same thing with this book, which is The Lost Apothecary. I can never say that. I got this book in the same trip. I'm a little more inclined to want to read this one. Then we have The Immortalists, which is a book I bought a very long time ago before I really started getting back into reading again. And I think it was like Kaya Gerber, like her book club might have recommended this one. Yeah, well, this is, we'll see about it. And then we have Queen of Thieves, which was a book of the month pick. Next, we have some more fiction here. This is Jean-Luc's. This is The Alchemist. He has read this. I just feel like I do want to read this at some point. It's like a quick-ish read, but I think it's pretty dense, so we'll see about it. Sharp Objects. Laid As It Lays. I got this one with the other Joan Didion book. I've never read anything by her, and I just need to change that, so I really want to read this soon. We have A Little Life, which is also Jean-Luc's book. Everyone's just like, this is the most intense, grueling book that they've ever read. Next is Wicked. I've had this book probably since the musical came out in 2003. I've tried to read it many times because I love the musical so much, and it's just so much different and so much darker, but I really, really, really want to read this before the movie comes out. I also have Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister, which I'm borrowing from my friend Taylor. It's by the same author as Wicked. It's like villain origin story type thing. I hear this one's actually like a lot better, so we'll see. Oh my god, Secret History. I've had this book also for a while. It's been on my list. A big reason why I haven't read it yet is because it's a larger book. It's like 550 pages, but I kind of got over my fear of reading larger books when I read the ACOTAR series, so I have a feeling I'm gonna read this in the fall. I really hope so. I really want to. Next is City of Girls. My friend gave this to me, and I just haven't felt super inspired to read it yet, but I think it's a good book, so it's definitely on my list. Olga Dies Dreaming, another book of the month pick that I'm really trying to get to. Matthew Quick, We Are the Light. I literally like have not heard anything about this book since I got it, but it seems like a short read, so maybe I'll get around to it, maybe not sure. The Magnolia Palace, this one's been around for a while. I definitely want to read it. It seems like kind of a quick read too, so we'll see. The Comeback. I really want to read this book just because I love stories about like Hollywood and show business gone wrong. Sounds like kind of like a Britney Spears type story. Again, just haven't gotten around to it. And I think the rating on Goodreads is like not bad, but like not the best. So hopefully we'll read this soon. And then this, I think I also got at this like library sale near my mom's house. A Lady's Guide to Selling Out. Alright, and then we have our fantasy books here. I just really got into fantasy for the first time since like middle school days of reading Twilight and Harry Potter and stuff. I read ACOTAR, that was amazing. Great intro to fantasy if you want to get back into it. Right now I'm reading the Throne of Glass series. I just started Heir of Fire, but I wanted to include it in this little roundup here. And I do plan on buying physical copies of this series just because I really, really love Sarah J Maas. I want to have them, and I probably will reread them at some point. And then we have The House of the Cerulean Sea, which like so many people recommend, and I hear it's just a cute little quirky book. Of course, Assassin's Blade. I still have to get the last 4 to Throne of Glass, but this I'm going to read after Heir of Fire. I'm one of those people doing it in that order. Oh my god, this book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is really, really high on my list of priorities here. I feel like I'm going to finish Sarah J. Maas books and then probably read this. I also have Immortal Longings here, which was my book of the month pick last year. Yeah, so that's my unread fantasy. I have just 3 little measly books of thrillers. I went through a phase where like all I read were thrillers. They're really great to read if you're looking to get back into reading. So I have Girl A here. This has been on my actual TBR list for a while, and it's been on my physical TBR since March. Same with this, The Hunting Party. I think I got And the House Across the Lake. I got all 3 of these books on my birthday spree, where I just went to the bookstore and bought books without having a specific goal in mind. So that's it. You know, I think overall, like, I want to read most of these books. When I do get rid of them, I will be probably just donating them, honestly. Like, I feel like the amount of money you make selling books, it's just way more trouble than it's worth. That's my video. I hope you liked it. I am going to get a TBR cart, and we'll make a whole video about that soon, so stay tuned for that because I'm really excited about that. I need more space on my bookshelf, and I will probably keep that in my bedroom. So if you have any other requests for any videos, please comment below. See you in the next one, folks. You know what Mean Girls? They're like, but this isn't the jungle. It's whatever. Okay, bye.
No.